While playing the ring toss game, I accidentally ringed the school beauty who was watching. I was so embarrassed I wanted to crawl into a hole. I threw another ring, but it landed on the orange cat in her arms. Stall owner started heckling. "Hey kid, do you have a crush on the pretty girl? Anything you ring today, you can take home." The school beauty blushed and shoved the cat at me. "You can take the cat, but not me." Who knew that later? The school beauty would be furious. Bring the orange cat out of the room for hugging with it. "You ringed me first. Get this verbal out of here. I'm the one who belongs to you." During the spring festival, I went to the temple fair. The ring toss stall was packed, so I went over to watch. All the young guys were there, just to see the pretty girl. At a glance, I spotted the school beauty by Ning Bing. She was leaning lazily against the railing, holding a big orange cat in her arms. He tossed the ring casually. The bamboo ring landed perfectly. Every toss was a hit. Every time he scored, the crowd around her erupted in cheers, looking at the plastic bag by her feet. It was already stuffed with prizes. The stall owner, with a pained look, grabbed her hand. "Beauty, please have mercy. I sold you 50 rings, and you've only thrown 20. It's okay, I'll refund the rest of your money." Seeing Bai Ningbing didn't respond, I started fawning over her again. "We have to let others have a turn. Enjoy the game too, Happy New Year." As he spoke, his beady eyes darted around and locked precisely onto me. "That handsome guy over there. He's been watching for a while. He must be itching to play. Just let him have a go, okay?" As soon as he finished speaking, Bai Ningbing turned her head slowly, her gaze landing on me. Our eyes met. I instinctively took half a step back, pretending not to see the owner's pleading look. "You go ahead, I'm not playing." Bai Ningbing chuckled and shoved a handful of bamboo rings right in front of me. "I'm treating it a game." For saying that, she held the big orange cat and wandered off to the side, under everyone's watchful eyes. I couldn't refuse the school beauty in public, so I had to bite the bullet and start throwing. The first ring missed completely. The second ring landed perfectly on the plastic bag. Prizes by Bai Ningbing's feet. The third ring landed squarely around the neck of the orange cat in her arms. The fourth ring flew right onto Bai Ningbing's head, not even landing properly, just stuck on top of her hair. I swallowed nervously. I reached out to take the ring. If I said I really didn't mean to do that, would you believe me? I'm not sure if Bai Ningbing believed me, but the crowd around us clearly didn't. Someone in the crowd shouted at the top of their lungs, "Whatever you ring, you have to take." The crowd, loving the drama, immediately started chanting in unison. "Take her away. Nice aim, buddy. I can tell you were aiming for the pretty girl all along. Take her, take her, take her." My ears burned with embarrassment, and I didn't dare meet Bai Ningbing's eyes. "Help me get this thing off now." I fumbled to take the bamboo ring off her head, and the next second, I had a ball of fur in my arms. I looked down. Bai Ningbing's orange cat was staring at me, looking completely bewildered. Bai Ningbing twirled a bamboo ring in her hand, a beautiful smile playing on her lips. "You can take the cat, but forget about taking me." I choked on my own spit and could only nod frankly. Of course, completely understand. As soon as I said it, I wanted to slap myself. What the hell do I understand? Is it even my place to understand? Bai Ningbing didn't tease me further. She piled all the trinkets I'd won at my feet, turned to leave without a second thought. Orange cat in my arms watched its owner's heartless retreating figure and let out a series of heart-wrenching meows. The sound was so pathetic, and I, a grown man, felt like it was cursing me out. When I got home, my mom was playing mahjong. I waited until she wasn't looking, unzipped my jacket, and snuck the cat into my bedroom. Is your mom really not going to want you anymore? I worriedly rubbed the orange cat's big head. If my mom finds out, she'll definitely kick both of us out. This orange cat was a clever little thing. Seemed to realize it was a guest in someone else's home. It immediately stopped its caterwauling. It started meowing in a soft, dainty voice, rubbing its fluffy head against my palm. All right, don't worry. I won't let you end up on the streets." I took out my phone and asked around in our class group chat. Surprisingly, no one had Bai Ningbing's contact. With no other options, I had to try my luck on the school's confession wall. Don't ask why. Just know that in our crap school, confession wall is the most reliable sort of info. The whole school forum exploded. The first brave soul to confess. The cold, loose school beauty had finally appeared, just as everyone was grabbing popcorn, waiting for Bai Ningbing to reject him in the comments. She only replied with 2 words, "Private message." All the gossip groups in the school went wild. I was stunned too, because right after she accepted my friend request, the first thing she sent was, "Since you like me, why didn't you just say it to my face that day?" I was completely confused. Who do I like? What day are you talking about? What was I supposed to say to your face? I frantically petted the cat to calm my nerves and typed out an explanation. "Hi, I'm Fang Yuan," because I couldn't find your contact info anywhere. I had to resort to this desperate matter. "When are you planning to come pick up your cat?" As soon as the message was sent, status at the top of the chat window instantly changed to typing. That typing status stayed there for a whole half hour. I stared at the screen until my eyes were watering. "Since you ringed it, it's yours now." Why does that sound so easy to misinterpret? I coughed twice to hide my embarrassment. But my mom doesn't really like animals with fur. Bai Ningbing replied with an ellipsis. After a while, he sent another message. I'll come pick it up in a couple of days. I let out a sigh of relief. No problem, no problem. I'll take good care of it these next few days. I'll feed it until it's nice and chubby. By the way, what's the cat's name? After a long time, Bai Ningbing sent a voice message. It was only 2 seconds long. I tapped it to listen. A cold voice came through. Yuan, this cat is named Feng Yuan. Eyes wide in shock. I stubbornly long pressed the message to convert it to text. Can't be that much of a coincidence, right? I have the same name as the school beauty's cat. It must be a Hanfeng, right? I must have misheard her. I didn't dare bring up the confession wall instant again. I lay down on the bed. The orange cat, Feng Yuan, jumped up like it owned the place and sat right on my stomach. Geez, were you fed on a scale? You're heavy. You're crushing me. There were many relatives visiting during the new year, and I hid the cat in my room for 2 days, and my mom didn't notice a thing. I found an old shoebox with some rice in it to use as a temporary litter box. This cat is the type that's happy as long as it's fed. Not picky at all. The only problem is once it crawls into my bed in the middle of the night. It's like a little space here. It was so hot I was sweating. Late that night, I woke up thirsty and got out of bed to find some water. I reached out to open the window for some fresh air when I caught a glimpse of a dark figure crouching on the balcony. Damn, I was so startled I shivered. I instinctively took 2 steps back and grabbed a clothes hanger from the corner, ready to fight. My wrist was suddenly grabbed by that person. It's me. Why didn't you turn on the light? I'm sleeping in the middle of the night. Why would I turn the lights on? Who knew you'd be climbing through my window at this hour? Bai Ningbing, are you dressed? I am. What exactly are you doing here? As soon as I finished speaking, Bai Ningbing braced herself with both hands and nimbly vaulted into the room. She was just like that orange cat that sneaks into my bed at night. She landed without making a sound. Where's the cat? I turned around to lock the bedroom door, switched on the bedside lamp, and gestured toward the bed with my chin. Bai Ningbing walked over and yanked off the blanket. The orange cat twitched its whiskers, glanced at her with sleepy eyes, then closed its eyes again to play dead and keep sleeping. I was so amused by the cat's reaction that she laughed. It seems to be living pretty comfortably here with you. It has a good appetite and is easy to take care of. Can you even climb back out the same way while carrying such a big cat? Bai Ningbing didn't say anything. She just reached out and grabbed the cat by the scruff of its neck. Orange cat immediately protested, kicking off her legs wildly and meowing at me so pitifully. Behave yourself. Does it really matter if you're with your dad or your mom? It's not like you're going to starve. What, Mom? I felt awkward and rubbed my nose, swallowing the words back into my stomach. I had no way to respond to that. But Bai Ningbing didn't seem ready to let me off the hook. Feng Yuan? What? I answered without thinking, before realizing she was probably calling the cat. I immediately looked away, feeling guilty. Feng Yuan, you've been taking good care of it. I waved my hand, dismissing it as no big deal. Bai Ningbing curled the corners of her lips slightly. I said it before. Whatever you win is yours. Now that I've taken the cat back, why don't you pick something else to take with you? Bai Ningbing looked at me with that half smile of hers. The orange cat in her arms joined in, meowing along. My brain short-circuited for a second, and I walked right over and snatched the cat back from her arms. Never mind then. I think I'd rather keep the cat. The smile on Bai Ningbing's face vanished instantly. Her eyes were full of disbelief. She couldn't believe she was losing to a fat cat. I lowered my head and started petting the cat frantically, not daring to look up. Bai Ningbing snorted and efficiently snatched the cat back, for nimbly vaulting out the balcony. I rushed to the window to look down. Luckily, I live on the first floor. Otherwise, if she got hurt, I'd be on the hook for the medical bills. After locking the doors and windows again, I turned off the lights and lay back in bed. I felt like Bai Ningbing's scent was still lingering in the room. As soon as that thought popped up, I shook my head immediately. I felt like I was losing my mind. But Bai Ningbing must have been wearing perfume tonight. It was a cool, citrusy scent mixed with mint. Incredibly refreshing. Great, now I was completely wide awake. Next day, I walked out of my bedroom with dark circles under my eyes. I was surprised to find a mom and her friend still playing mahjong all night. I walked behind a mom with my hands behind my back and let out a huge yawn. Mom, if you play that 8,000, you'll win the hand. Mom turned around and glared at me. What do you know? You don't know anything. I'm holding out for a big move. Going for a flush. I clapped my hands half-heartedly. My mom narrowed her eyes suspiciously. Feng Yuan, were you out being a thief last night? I remember you went to bed early. Why are you so exhausted? I coughed twice, feeling guilty. I should blame them instead. It's because you guys were making so much noise playing mahjong. I couldn't sleep at all. My mom snorted. You better be telling the truth. If I find out you're up to no good. In the middle of the night, 80,000, I win. I was speechless. Who was just swearing they were going for a flush? I was just about to sneak back to my room for a nap when I passed by Auntie Zhang next door, and she casually complimented me without even looking up. Oh, Feng Yuan is all grown up now. He's even starting to care about his appearance. What kind of perfume are you wearing? It actually smells pretty good. In a flash, my mom and the other 2 aunties at the table turned their gazes toward me like searchlights. I played it cool and lifted my sleeve to sniff it. It might be the new body wash I used last night. Why would a guy like me wear perfume? Auntie Zhang didn't press the issue. Well, that body wash smells pretty high-end. I laughed it off awkwardly and sprinted back to my bedroom at top speed. I pushed the window open and tried to air out the room. What brand of perfume does Bai Ningbing use? The staying power is ridiculous. It's making me, a grown man, want to buy some. As I was pondering this, I accidentally tapped on the voice message she sent again. I have to say, the school beauty's cold, lazy voice really has something to it. I was listening intently when I looked up and met a pair of round cat eyes. I was stunned. I had just pushed the screen open, and the orange cat walked in like it owned the place. It even let out a super clingy meow as it landed. Why are you back again? Where's your mom? I picked up the cat and scrambled to turn off my phone screen, feeling embarrassed like I'd been caught red-handed. The orange cat lay in my arms belly up, enjoying my exclusive massage technique. When it heard me mention its mom, it flicked its tail in annoyance and closed its eyes, pretending to be asleep. You little ingrate. It really is true that whoever feeds you is the boss. I was just planning to text Bai Ningbing to come pick up the cat, and the balcony glass door suddenly rattled. Unbelievable, this cat is just like its owner. Refusing to use the front door, and insisting on climbing through the window. I sniffed the air through the glass. And sure enough, it was that familiar citrus and mint scent. What are you staring at? She knocked on the glass again, right in front of my face. Is Fang Yuan over at your place again? I opened the window to let her in. As soon as the orange cat saw Bai Ningbing, it darted into the makeshift litter box I made from a rice bucket and refused to come out. Bai Ningbing sighed helplessly. She caught me feeding another stray cat downstairs this morning. This little thing got jealous, threw a tantrum, and ran away from home. Sure enough, on Bai Ningbing's black jacket, I keenly spotted a tuft, white fur that definitely didn't belong to the orange cat. The orange cat saw this and rubbed against my leg pitifully, meowing. I quickly bent down to pick it up. Oh, you poor thing, you've been so wronged, meow. Your mom is such a jerk. How could she go out and flirt with others? That's just morally corrupt, meow. Bai Ningbing couldn't help but laugh. The orange cat and I both turned to look at her. Sorry, I just suddenly felt like I'd seen this scene before. My intuition told me she definitely wasn't going to say anything nice. I asked cautiously, what? And Ning reached out with her slender fingers and flicked the cat on the forehead. Like father, like son. Wait, are you the cat's mother? I'm the cat's father. You're just taking advantage of me in a roundabout way. I was complaining like crazy in my head, but I kept a straight face and didn't say a word. Up and take your efforts of being a scumbag girlfriend and leave. I still need to catch up on sleep. Bai Ningbing reached out to pick up the cat and asked casually, didn't sleep well last night? Was it because of me? Seeing her hand about to touch the cat, I instinctively pulled the cat close. I raised my voice to cover it up. Don't flatter yourself, it was my mom. They were playing mahjong too loudly. Let your imagination run wild. Fine, if you say so. Bai Ningbing had a playful smirk on her face. Then, handsome, can you give me back my cat now? I realized that every time I faced off with Bai Ningbing, I always ended up on the losing side, just as I was about to let go. Orange Cat was incredibly rebellious. It broke free from my arms and jumped onto my bed. The flick of its tail, it accurately swiped my phone onto the floor. Bai Ningbing bent down to pick it up. My cheap phone, which didn't have a password, actually unlocked itself from the impact. She glanced at the screen, raised an eyebrow slightly, immediately after the phone played. That familiar voice message. Feng Yuan, this cat is named Feng Yuan. I realized something was wrong and went to grab it. She took the chance to hold the phone up high. Feng Yuan, you went to such lengths to set me up. Even eavesdropped on my voice messages in the middle of the night. Don't tell me you have a crush on me. I reached out and snatched the phone back. I didn't need a mirror to know that my ears were definitely bright red right now. Bai Ningbing crossed her arms, leaning against the wall, looking completely composed. She was clearly waiting for my explanation. After staring for a long time, I managed to squeeze out a few words, actually. Suddenly, the bedroom door was pounded on several times. My mom shouted at me from outside. Feng Yuan, why are you locking the door in broad daylight? Auntie Shang and the others are leaving. Get out here and see them off now. That roar was like a lifeline to me. I shouted back, coming while grabbing the orange cat, roughly shoving it into Bai Ningbing's arms. Hurry, get out of here. If my mom caught us red-handed, I'd never be able to clear my name. Bai Ningbing cooperated and climbed onto the windowsill. Before jumping down, she lowered her voice and teased. Feng Yuan, don't you think we look like we're having an affair right now? I was stunned by that comment and growled through gritted teeth, get lost. I kicked the makeshift cat litter box under the bed, ruffled my hair, pretended to be just waking up, and opened the door. Mom, I was just fast asleep. My mom's sharp eyes scanned the bedroom and finally locked onto me. Why is the scent in this room even stronger than before? I almost coughed up blood and quickly pushed her shoulders to get her moving. Go see the aunties off. There's no scent. It's definitely just the body wash. After finally seeing off the group of Mahjong players, I threw myself onto the bed, exhausted. I checked my phone, and Bai Ningbing had sent several voice messages. Fang Yuan, this little ungrateful thing, started scratching at the door as soon as we got home. It probably wants to go back to you. Fang Yuan, can your family adopt it? It really doesn't seem to want to stay with me anymore. Then came several short, 1 or 2 second voice messages. All of them the orange cat's miserable meowing. Bai Ningbing also attached a high-definition photo. Orange cat was clawing at the door frame, looking pitiful as it scratched the door. Looking at it like that, I couldn't help but feel a bit bad. I hesitated and replied, but my mom hates having pets in the house. Bai Ningbing immediately offered a strategy. Make up a really tragic backstory for this fat cat. Older people fall for that every time. She'll definitely soften up. She wasn't calling me Fang Yuan every other word now. I sighed in resignation and replied, I'll give it a try. After getting ready, I started following Bai Ningbing's remote instructions to tailor a truly tragic backstory for the orange cat. Bai Ningbing was still coming up with bad ideas. Should I find a photo editing app to make it look thinner? It's as round as a ball right now. Will your mom believe it? I quickly typed to stop her. Don't starve it. Leave this to me. I have experience dealing with my mom. Voice message of the cat meowing popped up in the chat. As a response, I took a deep breath, mentally rehearsing the lines I'd prepared, and then put on a heartbroken expression. I rushed into my mom's bedroom. Mom, it's so tragic. It's really so tragic, Mom. My mom didn't even look up and swung a feather duster at me. It's the new year. Why are you wailing like that? Do you want a beating? I didn't even need to act anymore. Tears of sincerity welled up in my eyes. Mom, you misunderstood. I'm talking about this cat. Quickly handed over the photo Bai Ningbing had edited, showing the orange cat looking like skin and bones. A friend of mine found it on the side of the road, but his dorm won't let him keep it. This cat is really timid and gets bullied by other stray cats every day. It doesn't have a good life like me. To have such a gentle, kind, and reasonable mother like you. It's all alone and can't even get a hot meal during the new year. So, my most compassionate mother in the universe, can we have some mercy? Don't even think about it. My mom ruthlessly interrupted my tearful plea. It's hard enough raising a spendthrift like you. And now you want to raise a cat if you dare bring it back. I'll kick both of you out. I lean back tactfully. No problem, I still have plan B. Mom, how about we compromise? Just treat it as fostering it for my friend for 2 days. Once he finds someone to adopt it, we'll send it away immediately. It won't bother you at all. My mom let out a cold laugh. I know exactly what kind of tricks you're up to. I know it well. Let me tell you. No way. Don't talk to me about compromising. Get out of my room right now. My mom, her heart is colder than the knife. It's been getting fish at the supermarket for 10 years. I walked out of the bedroom, dejected. Happened to run into my dad coming back from outside. My eyes lit up immediately, as if I'd seen a savior. Dad, my dear dad. My dad happily pulled a red envelope out of his pocket. This is the last of the lucky money. Your old man doesn't have any more. Quickly snatched the red envelope and stuffed it into my pocket. How tacky, talking about money hurts our relationship. My dad immediately flipped. Then give the red envelope back to me. I decisively pretended to be deaf and dumb. Dad, look at the cat in this photo. How weak and long it is. Can it stay at our place? Hey, my dad suddenly interrupted me, and from the big plastic bag he was carrying, pulled out a golden, massive creature. Is this the one you were talking about? Doesn't look like it. One in his hand is at least 30 pounds heavier than the one in the photo. I looked at that runaway fat orange cat, being held by my burly dad by the scruff of its neck, tucking its tail in guilt. I was stunned. The cat let out a desperate meow. My mom heard the commotion and rushed out, hands on her hips, standing in the hallway, roaring. Fang Yuan, is this the skin and bones you were so sure about? This cat is so fat it's almost lost its neck. Luckily, this fat orange cat is a natural-born succub. In no time, it had my dad completely wrapped around its paw. With my dad's strong intervention in mind, shameless pestering, Mom finally, albeit reluctantly, agreed to let the cat stay for a while, to ward off the bad luck the cat brought. Mom made a grand decision and named it Fortune. Fortune knows how to survive. As soon as my mom calls its name, it immediately wags its big tail and trots over happily, letting my mom pet it all over. In the evening, I messaged Bai Ningbing to ask how the cat ended up in my dad's hands. Bai Ningbing sent a voice message. It kept scratching at the door, so I decided to take it downstairs for a walk. Who knew that as soon as we left the building, it went crazy and darted straight into a passerby's shopping bag. I didn't know it was your dad at the time, so I couldn't just go up and snatch it back. I could only follow them quietly, and then I watched it enter your house. I took my phone and laughed out loud. My dad is usually a bit oblivious. He probably just thought the plastic bag suddenly got heavier and didn't think to look down. Didn't even notice something extra in there. I typed back quickly. This is fate. happy accident. Saves me the trouble of smuggling it home. Bai Ningbing replied. Can I still come to your house to see it later? After all, I was its owner for a few days. I looked at the schedule and calculated the timing. No problem. When my parents are at work on weekdays, you can come over to visit anytime. Feng Yuan, Bai Ningbing replied. All right, get some rest. Good night. The last voice message was soft, as if she were speaking right against the microphone. The slightly husky grain texture made my ears tingle for some reason. I instinctively long pressed the save button. It's definitely not because I have any ulterior motives for the school beauty. It's purely because this voice sounds really. The next day, I woke up naturally, checked my phone, and saw the class group chat was blowing up again. Extra, extra. Second brave soul of the new year. To confess to Bai Ningbing has appeared. Speaking of which, what happened to the last guy? Did it go nowhere? Bai Ningbing and I went to the same high school. The line of guys chasing her since freshman year could reach France. Have you ever seen her look at anyone properly? She's always had a white moonlight in her heart. Like sunflower seeds in the front row. And for gossip on who this white moonlight is. Same question, who is the white moonlight? Below was a neat row of +1s. When I first saw the confession wall mentioned in the group, my heart skipped a beat. But seeing the words, white moonlight, I immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Purely out of curiosity, I clicked on the latest post on the confession wall. This time, the poster didn't even use anonymity. The username is Beichuan. He's a pretty refined guy. The post only had one extremely arrogant sentence. Bai Ningbing, I'm back. The gossipers immediately started digging. They dug up the Beichuan's profile page, took a screenshot, and threw it into the group. The photo was of Bai Ningbing taken from a boyfriend's perspective. The atmosphere was perfect. They all reached a final verdict. This is the legendary real white moonlight. I looked at my phone screen, and that indescribable panic suddenly subsided. Before, when she wanted to name the cat Feng Yuan, I really thought it was meant for me. I finally figured it out when Bai Ningbing added me as a friend. Why did she say such strange things? It must be because when I posted that looking for a cat post, I added a star emoji at the end. Probably clashed with that white moonlight's chatting habits. She mistook me for him. A few days later, Bai Ningbing actually called me. I answered and asked directly, "Need something? Are you home?" I'm passing by and want to see the fat cat. I walked around the house with my phone, confirming my dad had gone out for a walk, and my mom had gone to battle at the mahjong table. Crisis averted. I'm the only one home. You can come right over. A low chuckle came from the other end of the phone. And then she hung up abruptly. It took me a few seconds to realize that what I just said, combined with the current situation, sounded exactly like I was having an affair behind my parents' backs. I slapped my forehead. Damn it, Feng Yuan, your big mouth. You really say whatever is most misleading. I gulped down half a glass of ice water to cool down the heat on my face. Bai Ningbing arrived pretty quickly. I didn't feel comfortable asking where she lived. It's a pity that Fortune has become such a snob now. He completely ignores his original owner. No matter how Bai Ningbing tried to tease him with cat treats, this fat orange cat just turned his head away haughtily, not even sparing her a glance. Bai Ningbing didn't seem annoyed by being ignored. Bringing her attention to me, said, "I heard you gave him the new name, Fortune." She leaned down and forcibly scratched Fortune under his chin. Tacky. His original name sounded better. I twitched the corner of my mouth, not taking the bait. The atmosphere suddenly turned awkward. Fortunately, Bai Ningbing didn't stay too long. Just before leaving, she pulled out a delicately crafted Lucky Charm from her pocket and handed it to me. The winter sun shone on her long, dark hair. She absentmindedly fiddled with the red string on the charm. I went to the temple a few days ago to offer the first incense of the year. I heard this one is very effective. Thanks, you shouldn't have. I reached out and took it. Did you get one for yourself? Bai Ningbing waved her hand, looking completely indifferent. As long as you're safe and sound, that's all that matters. The security door closed behind her, shutting out both the sunlight and her figure. I clutched the Lucky Charm, my heart pounding uncontrollably. It felt like a drum beating in my chest. It must be my imagination. I'm overthinking it, definitely overthinking it. I rubbed my tight chest, turned around, and poured myself half a glass of cold water. By the afternoon, the class group chat was blowing up again. I clicked on it and oh boy. Third brave soul to post on the confession wall this year has appeared, but this time it's different. It's on the university confession forum. It has completely ignited the entire forum. Because this time, an account named Beichuan publicly declared his love for Bai Ningbing. One in the group chat dug up that suspected photo of Beichuan. The boy in the photo is tall and slim, with handsome features, standing next to Bai Ningbing. It's the perfect setup for Kim's romance drama. I tossed the lucky charm into my drawer. So this is who she's been waiting for all along. The afternoon sun slowly shifted. Without the sunlight, the temperature in the room dropped. I picked up Fortune, who was napping, and tucked him into the warm quilt. I sighed at his chubby backside in the quilt. I said, "Fortune, your mom's old flame has returned. I guess she won't have time to visit you anymore." Meow. He licked his paw, completely indifferent, staring at me with his round eyes. I couldn't help it, and ruffled the fat cat's head. "I'll get you some canned food tomorrow, even if your mom forgets about you." "You can't forget about me, your buddy." As soon as he heard the word canned, Fortune perked up immediately, nuzzling up to me, rubbing his head against my palm. From that day on, Bai Ningbing never mentioned coming over to see the cat again, and Fortune had completely claimed my bed as his own territory. Every night, he'd expertly open the door and jump onto the bed. I was so bored during winter break, I could only pass the time by scrolling through the school forum. 8 out of 10 of the hottest posts on the forum were gossiping about Bai Ningbing and her old flame, Beichuan. Someone swore, saw them both at the dining mall, saying the guy was tall and handsome, the girl was cold and beautiful. It looked like a perfect match. They're like a real-life fairy tale couple.